Fishing. It's more than just a pastime. It's an ancient practice that ties humanity to nature, sustains communities, and symbolizes patience, perseverance, and sometimes solitude. Over the years, filmmakers have harnessed the act of fishing as a powerful narrative device. Through iconic movies like A River Runs Through It, The Old Man and the Sea, Jaws, and Finding Nemo, fishing has become a symbol of deeper human struggles, family connection, and environmental awareness. In this presentation, I'll show you how fishing in film reflects key aspects of the human experience, our relationship with nature, the quiet battles we face within ourselves, and the ways communities are shaped by this timeless tradition. I want to start with A River Runs Through It, a classic example of fishing as a metaphor for family, faith, and self discovery. Directed by Robert Redford and based off Norman MacLean's book, the film tells the story of two brothers growing up in early 20th century Montana under the guidance of their strict minister father. In this film, fishing becomes more than just recreation. It becomes a shared ritual, a connection between father and sons, and a symbol of life's unpredictable current. Through sweeping shots of the Montana wilderness, we see that fishing is about precision and patience, much like navigating life itself. The father's teaching of fly fishing parallels his moral teachings, emphasizing discipline, control, and grace. But where the older brother follows this path of discipline, the younger brother, Paul, represents the wild, unpredictable current of the river. His impulsive choices in life shows his bold approach to fishing. This duality between control and chaos is at the heart of the film's message. Through fishing, a river runs through it, suggests that while we can't always control life, we can learn to navigate it with grace and patience. On the opposite side of the spectrum is The Old Man and the Sea from 1958, adapted from Ernest Hemingway's Pulitzer Prize winning novel. Unlike the peaceful, reflective fishing scenes in A River Runs Through It, this story is about brutal struggle for survival. The film follows Santiago, an aging Cuban fisherman who hooks an enormous marlin far out at sea. Over the course of several days, he wages a battle of endurance and willpower against the powerful fish. Here, fishing symbolizes a primal struggle, not just against nature, but against one's own limitations. Santiago's battle with the marlin is physical, mental, and even spiritual. Every pull on the fishing line, every inch he gains or loses, represents his perseverance against the forces of nature, aging, and doubt. The sea, unpredictable, mirrors life's unpredictability, where success and loss often happen side by side. Santiago does catch the marlin, but before he can return to shore, the sharks get to it. His victory is hollow, a reminder that even the hardest won battles can end in loss. Hemingway's portrayal of fishing as a struggle resonates deeply with audiences like me, embodying themes of human resilience and dignity to defeat. Of course, not all fishing stories are calm reflections on life. Sometimes fishing is downright terrifying. Jaws, made in 1975, forever changed how we see the ocean. Directed by Steven Spielberg, this film tells the story of a massive great white shark terrorizing the fictional town of Amity Island. But at its heart, Jaws is also about fishing, a fishing trip that becomes a deadly pursuit. Captain Quint, Chief Brody, and Matt Hopper set out on a small fishing vessel to catch the shark. Their fishing trip started with confidence but quickly turned into a desperate fight for survival. The use of fishing in Jaws reflects themes of human hubris, the unpredictable dangers of nature, and the limits of man made technology. Unlike the quiet patience seen in A River Runs Through It, or the solitary struggle of the old man in the sea, fishing in Jaws is a fast paced, chaotic, and nerve wracking spectacle. The shark is no mere fish, it's a force of nature, a symbol of unknown, lurking beneath the surface. Spielberg's use of tension, paired with John Williams' iconic score, made this fishing trip one of the most memorable in fishing and film history. But not all depictions of fishing are grim. For example, in Pixar's Finding Nemo 2003, it takes a more whimsical approach. Though it's an animated family film, Finding Nemo carries strong environmental and moral messages. Early in the film, Nemo is captured by a diver and placed in an aquarium, turning the fisherman into a villain. From that moment on, the film follows Nemo's father, Marlin, on his quest to rescue his son from captivity. Here, fishing is portrayed as human interference in marine life. It reflects the ethical concerns surrounding overfishing, ocean conservation, and the impact on marine life and biodiversity. Unlike Jaws, where the fishermen are heroes, Finding Nemo redefines the fishing trope. Fishermen and divers are seen as threats to the natural order, a reflection of modern environmental concerns. The film's portrayal of marine life as intelligent, emotional beings encourages viewers to think twice about their relationship with the ocean. For many children who watch this film, Finding Nemo became their first introduction to ideas of marine conservation and wildlife protection. Beyond individual struggles and moral lessons, fishing also reflects the human experience of community and survival. In fishing towns and coastal villages, fishing is more than a pastime, it's your way of life. Films like Bluefin, made in 2016, capture the reality of these communities. Bluefin explores the delicate balance between economic survival and environmental sustainability as fishing communities face dwindling fish population. It highlights the difficult choices that fishermen must make. Do they prioritize their livelihood or the health of the ocean? By focusing on the human side of fishing, documentaries like Bluefin bring attention to real world issues like overfishing, economic survival, and conservation of marine life. These films influence public perception and encourage support for sustainable fishing practices and policies aimed at protecting marine ecosystems. When I saw this, I saw the impact of fishing on small town communities, and I was reminded that fishing is not just an individual endeavor, but a collective one, with stakes that extend far beyond the shoreline and far beyond imaginable. So, what can all these films about fishing tell us? More than anything, they show us that fishing is a mirror to the human experience. It reflects our inner struggles, our battles with nature, and our desire for connection with family, with community, and with the natural world. From the gentle tranquility of fly fishing to the frantic pursuit of a shark, fishing in film takes many forms. And a river runs through it. Fishing is a peaceful act of grace, patience, and brotherly love. In The Old Man and the Sea, it's a raw, grueling battle of will. Jaws makes a symbol of fear and the unknown. Finding Nemo calls attention to the human interference with nature. And documentaries like Bluefin highlights how fishing sustains communities but also challenges them to consider sustainability. These stories influence how we see fishing and personally how I see fishing. They inspire respect for the natural world, foster appreciation for patience and perseverance, and reveal the connectedness of human life and the environment. Fishing might be ancient, but its the symbolic power endures, as timeless as the rivers and ocean it takes place in. Whether it's a moment of peace by the water's edge, a battle with a marlin on the open sea, or an animated clownfish trying to get back home, finding his family, fishing will always hold a place in our stories. More than just casting a line, it's about everything that happens before, during, and after. Just like in life, you'll never know what you're going to catch. Thank you for listening to my